Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Cast 529. And I'm Bryan. I'm joined tonight with my good friend Andy. We are in his pub, the Hump and Duck Tavern. And tonight, Andy is going to give us a little lesson, take us down a path, and teach us about Scotch.
Scotch!
Scotch, great Scotch.
Well, here's the thing. From time to time, people say, well, I would like to learn how to drink Scotch because, as most folks know, it's an acquired taste. Because I've witnessed people go, first time they taste it, they back up, okay? So to begin with, we'll teach you how I would teach someone how to drink Scotch.
Great.
Okay?
Great.
But first, before that, I want to talk about Scotch.
Right.
All right, we're kind of getting now. See, it doesn't matter. So, some Scotches are what we call very, very peaty, as in peat moss, as in, ooh. And so, why is that? Okay, because most of the Scotch is malted barley, okay? Malted barley. And the way they malt the barley is they take these dried chunks of peat from the peat bogs, they dry them out, and they set them on fire and smoke the barley, and that's what malted barley is, and so it's called a malt Scotch. Very simple. Some Scotches are single malt Scotch, some are blended Scotches, and that's all there is to it. Just malted barley or malt Scotch. Okay, that's how it works. Some Scotches go from a very mild side to a very aggressive peaty side, which would, in my opinion, make you hurl. But we're going to sample some different Scotches to see the differences, okay? So I'm going to begin with the go-to.
So there's going to be peat moss in my Scotch?
No peat moss in your Scotch.
Not in the Scotch.
There's no peat moss, and some people think that the water that they use to distill the Scotch is actually strained through the peat bogs. No. All it is the peat bogs are used to make bricks, to smoke the barley, which malts the barley, and there you have it, malt Scotch. All right, so this is Dewar's, and you'll find Dewar's in any good restaurant and most good bars. Now, the problem you might have in some bars is if you say, I would like Dewar's on the rocks, you're going to get deer in the headlight because it's spelled D-E-W-A-R-S, and it's like, that's Dewar's. No, it's not. It's pronounced Dewar's, but most bartenders will understand it. So we're going to pour a little Dewar's here. And that's a nice blended Scotch. And again, the kind of the go-to in most restaurants and bars, it'll be there. All right. One of my favorite Scotches, which is kind of in the same neighborhood in terms of how aggressive the peat might be, is a Scotch called Oban, but it's spelled O-B-A-N. It's not Oban or Oban. It's pronounced Oban. That's the way these people are over there. We'll pour a little bit of this in here.
That would be the Scots.
What? Yeah, the Scots who make the Scotch. Yeah. All right. One of my next favorite ones is a Scotch called Balvenie. And actually, that's how it's spelled and how it's pronounced, okay?
Balvenie.
Yeah, and they have several, Balvenie has several different labels, just like Johnnie Walker has several different labels. Anyway, this is the Caribbean cask version, and they first age it in an oak barrel, and then they'll age it twice in a rum barrel, which gives it a very unique flavor, and it's really, really nice. So put a little bit of this in here. Woohoo! All right. Now, we're going to jump up to Johnnie Walker Black. Now, this is where we start tilting toward a more peaty kind of Scotch, although high quality.
So that's a question I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Higher the peat would lean towards higher quality? Not necessarily.
Well, what it leans toward is higher price. I don't know if that makes
So
sense.
if higher quality means higher price, then yes.
Yeah. Boy, I hope I can remember what I've been pouring here. Now, the next one,
I can tell you that was Johnnie Walker Black.
Johnnie Walker, let's see.
And this was Dewar's.
Dewar's, Oban.
Yes, you're correct.
What's that one?
The other one.
Uh,
The
Dewar's-
Balvenie. The
Balvenie. Dewar's, Oban, Balvenie, Johnnie Walker Black. Okay. Now we're going to jump up to Johnnie Walker. Oh. Well, we'll pass on the blue because that one's not open and I'm not going to open it. But what I am going to do, reach that bottle back there. Yeah.
Are you short on one end?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a heavy bottle, Andy. I feel like I need both
All
hands
right.
for that.
All right, everybody. This is King George. This is a Johnnie Walker product. And it's a very pricey Scotch. All right, very good Scotch, but again, it tilts toward that peaty side of the flavor spectrum. All right. Oh yeah. So we're gonna pour a little King George in here. That's about $50 in a restaurant.
We have stagehands bringing you other.
Oh, well, go ahead and go off camera there and grab that blue there. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Will you set that back up there?
I will.
Anyway, that's Johnnie Walker Blue. We're not going to pour that right now, but it's somewhere, but it's downstream from the King George. This will run you like north of $200. King George. That's like a $500+
I wish you had told me that before I was handling it.
$500+ bottle of Scotch. Okay, now, what's this? Dewar's,
Dewar's,
Oban,
Oban,
Balvenie, Johnnie Walker,
Black,
King George. Now, the thing that is terrible. Okay, but well, some guys really like that peaty, rip your tongue out of your thing there. Okay, we're gonna go grab a bottle of Scotch called Ardbeg. All right, super aggressive on the peat side. Whew. You might as well just be sucking on a piece of peat moss. This stuff is super aggressive that way. All right, so now.
I was just noticing how much lighter in color that is,
Well, it is.
which I wouldn't expect,
And it's got nothing to do with the water.
being heavy in peat moss.
Yeah, because it's not the water. They don't use the water that's strained through the peat bogs. So I don't know honestly, I don't know where Ardbeg gets their water to distill their product. But anyway, Dewar's. So, take a sample of the Dewar's, which is, again, a blended Scotch, the go-to Scotch in most bars and restaurants. All right, now, having done that, this is Ardbeg. And
So this is, somebody could just drink that and not even know they were drinking alcohol.
well, they could. Yeah.
At some point, they're going to know.
If they drink enough of it, they're going to know. Okay. But when you compare that to Ardbeg, it's like, whoa, it's like night and day. This stuff is so strong and so powerful on the peter meter.
Did you just say you did?
I said peter meter. What would you call it? Pretty aggressive.
Now,
Yes.
I would much prefer that over the Dewar's. Nothing against the Dewar's, but like I mentioned,
Yes, Bryan.
I'm going to ignore the whole peter meter thing.
Peat-o-meter.
I don't think
Not
you said
Peter.
that.
Peat-o-meter.
Okay, so
All these are in between. Okay? From here to here to here to here, these all become more aggressive on the peatometer scale.
so you're saying this is the most aggressive of what you have up here?
Well, it's up there.
your
It's up
opinion?
there with
Bowmore?
Bowmore, Glenn Levitt, Glenn Fettich, they all kind of tilt toward that more aggressive peat side, which many Scotch drinkers love. Okay. So there's that. All right. There's that. All right. So let's set these aside. And now we're going to talk about how to learn to drink Scotch. What?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Stop it. Now, what we'll do here is we'll take a highball glass, Scotch and soda, Scotch and water, and we're going to make some cocktails. But to begin with, we're just going to put some Scotch and some ice in a glass. Because ice tends to, well, beyond watering down the liquor, it also opens up the flavor. And just it's a better way to learn to drink Scotch. So we'll put some ice in the glass, a little ice in the glass. Now you'll notice over here we have a plate of brownies and dark chocolate.
You didn't make the brownies, did you?
No. No.
Because I'm just wondering the way you just dumped the Scotch.
Hey, over here from the peanut gallery getting on the screen. Hi, guys. I seen that you poured King George and then you put it behind the bar.
Yeah.
And so if you guys aren't going to taste that, the peanut butter.
It's too late.
You're not tasting that.
It's in the
wash
it's in the
tub.
sink.
Oh.
But I'll pour you one later. All right, we'll pour you one later. So all of a sudden you decided you wanted to drink some $500 Scotch. Okay, not a problem. Now we'll take the Dewar's. We'll take the Dewar's, put it in a glass with some ice. This is how to learn to drink. Trust me, this is how you learn to drink Scotch. Little Scotch, some ice. So what you do first, and you can either have a little brownie, or one of those dark chocolate wafers.
Okay.
Start there.
Start here.
Yeah, take a bite. Eat one of those. Eat all of it. I don't,
Okay.
You get some chocolate going. Mm-hmm. All right. That prepares your palate for the extravagant taste explosion you're going to experience with Scotch. Okay.
Okay.
Now have some Scotch. It's going to explode.
Careful. Stand back.
Isn't it wonderful how well chocolate and Scotch go together?
It is. It really is. And that tasted completely different.
Although we're laughing it up here, it's true. Chocolate and Scotch are like, what are they like?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly. Yeah. So that's how you begin to learn to drink Scotch. Chocolate or fudge. Fudge is the best. But we couldn't find any fudge makers today. So we had to settle for brownies and chocolate wafers. Okay? That's that. All right. Now, Scotch and water. Scotch and soda was one of the most popular drinks probably back in the 50s and 60s, and why people don't drink it anymore is beyond me. But Scotch and soda is amazing. Whoops, that's water. That's all.
Here?
Yeah, soda. Thank you. I'm glad you know this place better than I do.
You'd think I'd been here before.
Club soda. We'll get rid of this.
I would have drank that.
You didn't tell me you were going to drink it. All right. Scotch and soda is enhanced with a twist of lemon. Lemon, not lime. So what we do is put a little ice in the glass. Once you learn to drink Scotch, then you move on to this, okay? Scotch and soda.
You're going to eat my brownie before you throw it away.
All right, eat it. All right. Ice. The go-to Scotch. Ooh. Club soda. Oh yeah. Just like in bed at night.
Your wife is a saint.
She is a saint.
She is.
There's no question about it. All right, twist the lime. Let's talk about the lime twist. Why twist it?
Why
Okay,
do the twist?
Because when you twist it, like I said lime again, didn't I?
You did. It looks a lot like
lemon.
a lemon, though.
Lemon. When you twist it, the lemon oil kind of shoots out of the.
You release it.
You release it. Yeah, that's what it is. You release it. Put that in there like that.
And I saw it when you twisted it.
Did you?
I did.
You can see it. Okay. All right. Enjoy. Scotch and soda. Twist.
That is good. It's good.
It's delightful. What do you like better? Just
The first pour of Dewar's with no rocks or
nothing.
anything.
Just
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you drink whiskey. You know how to drink whiskey.
But that is nice, and I can see where somebody just starting to drink
Exactly.
Scotch. That's a fun little cocktail.
Yeah. Scotch and soda
Yeah.
with a twist. That's how you order it. Oh, okay. You want that? Enjoy yourself. Now, we're going to talk about two cocktails in particular. One's called a Rusty Nail, and one is called the Godfather. Okay? And these are very simple cocktails to make. May I have that glass beaker?
You may.
Thank you.
Would you like that with or without the spoon?
I want the spoon. Leave the spoon in it. All right. So, again, we're going to use our go-to Scotch at the Dewar's.
Dewar's. I'm seeing a theme here.
Dewar's, do it to me.
I like that. That's catchy.
Cuddy, cut me down.
Did you write that?
J&B be my savior.
I think you
Johnnie
wrote
Walker, keep me walking.
That. I think you wrote that.
I'm heading out of town. Okay, so we take a couple ounces of Dewar's. That's 2 ounces. I know that it is. All right.
Okay.
2 ounces of Dewar's. And I'm not promoting Dewar's. I'm just saying that's
It's just what you use.
yeah, just what you use. Drambuie. 2 ounces of Scotch to about 3/4 ounces of Drambuie. Right there. We're at the Hump and
The
Duck
Hump and Duck.
Tavern. Yeah, Hump
The
and Duck.
Hump and Duck.
All right. Put those together.
Oh, I mean, why worry about wasting any now? What else can I get for you, Andrew?
No, I gotta get a highball glass, okay? Highball glass. And incidentally, they don't make a lowball glass that I know of. So I got highballs. Okay, here we go. All right.
I've heard you play that before.
Rusty Nail. No garnish. It is what it is.
So, 2 ounces of Dewar's,
3/4 ounces of Drambuie.
3/4 of an ounce of Drambuie.
Yep.
Rusty Nail.
Rusty Nail.
And you do not need a tetanus shot.
Have you?
for
Well, I
this.
was going to ask you if you had yours.
Tried to poke my
Yeah,
eye.
I know. Delightful, isn't it?
In my opinion, far better than the
Scotch
club
and soda?
Yes.
Sure. Would you like to try a little
We
Rusty
have
Nail?
we have a taker for that.
We have a taker for the Rusty Nail over here. Okay, there you go. So that's a Rusty Nail. Now, a variation of the Rusty Nail is the Godfather. the Godfather.
Doers?
Or the Scotch of your choice. I got to tell you something, though. You don't want to buy a cheap Scotch. All right? I would say if you're gonna dive into the whole Scotch thing, start here. Start here. Don't go with a Scotch that's priced lower than Doers. Don't do it.
And I've looked at that at the liquor store, and that's a really reasonable price bottle.
Yes, it is.
I want $30-ish dollars.
30-ish, yeah, 30-ish. All right, 2 ounces again. Now this time we're going to use, believe it or not,
Oh, we're going to mix it up. Disaronno.
amaretto, okay, instead of Drambuie. My hands are getting sticky. Just a moment, please.
I'll wash them off in the Scotch.
What's this brown thing laying back here?
That's my brownie. Don't throw it away.
Okay. Okay. I thought our dog.
I thought Pogo cannot get that high.
Did I? Okay. Amaretto, Disaronno. You can use whatever kind of amaretto. But again, the higher the quality of the ingredient,
The better the cocktail.
the better the cocktail, the better the. Just like if you're cooking a meal, you know. We're kind of cooking something here. 3/4 ounce.
Kind of look more like a scientist here with beakers and again with the duck.
With the duck, yeah. Here we go. Highball glass.
Highball. What about this ingredient here? Did you want to put it in?
Yeah, you need that. Thank you. Thanks for catching that.
Hey,
Bryan.
no problem.
Yeah, thanks for catching that. I appreciate it. Yeah.
That would have been a fun redo. Now, is that part of, you have to do all that to make it?
Yeah, I got to do all
Makes
that.
it better?
Oh, God, yes. All right. Godfather.
Definitely on the sweeter side.
Sweeter.
Much.
Sweeter.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting way to drink Scotch tea. Don't need any chocolate with that.
We have a taker.
Got another taker over here. All right. Done with the twists. Now we're going to move on to what I guess would be the top Scotch cocktail, which
Okay.
is called a Rob Roy. All right, and all a Rob Roy is essentially is a Scotch Manhattan.
Okay.
It's a Manhattan made with Scotch.
And I can tell you that Andy can make a killer Manhattan.
I make a good Manhattan. But there is one little twist that is recommended for a scaled up Manhattan, and that is to use an Italian liqueur called Averna, all right, instead of sweet vermouth. This makes a lot of difference in the whole program. All right, so we got the Averna here. We've got the Doers here. All we need to do, may I have that stainless
The shaker?
beaker? Yeah. Well, we don't shake it, but I don't want to. Since we're graduating to a higher level cocktail, we don't want to mix. We don't want to mix things up here. So what you got is you start with, again, 2 ounces of your Scotch of choice. We might go a little extra here tonight. Whew.
Pulling out all the stops.
All right. 1 ounce of Averna. Okay, you can see what the wonderful color. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but this is just Makes this beautiful, beautiful,
It's just a beautiful color, isn't it, Andy?
kind of a amber caramel looking thing there. Okay, so in here,
Now, I know what Averna does with bourbon. I'm really anxious to see
yeah,
what it does with your Dewar's.
that's the way that it is recommended, that the top bartenders recommend making it with Averna. Actually, the Rob Roy was invented by a bartender in 1894 at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York City.
No kidding.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding.
1894.
True story. I like to put a squirt of simple syrup in it.
Just checking.
Just a
what
squirt.
you were putting in there.
Well, a squirt. All right, and I know you make your own simple syrup. I understand that because you're one of those guys. Okay.
Well, actually, I don't make it.
Your lovely wife makes it.
My lovely wife makes it.
I know that. Okay, so you got the little bit of the simple syrup in there, and the antagonistic bitters.
I'm going to have a
You know what I mean, don't you?
little swallow of this
Go ahead.
previous beverage you poured me.
Angostura bitters, okay? Maybe 3 shakes of this in there. I think I got an extra squirt in there.
Maybe one.
One extra squirt. Okay. Kind of let that do its thing. The piece de resistance. They recommend, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can dump some ice in here and chill it and serve it up. Serve it up. In a martini glass or whatever specialty glassware you happen to have. Or you can serve it on the rocks, which is the way I would prefer to drink it and the way I would prefer to serve it, unless someone said they wanted it up. So you got that. But the big thing, the big difference beyond adding a squirt of the simple syrup, I like to use bada bing cherries instead of maraschino cherries. They're crisp. They have a deeper cherry flavor, in my opinion. They're not as sweet. You get more cherry than you get sugar, and they're a deeper, darker color.
They look different.
They do look different.
They do.
Different. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put some ice in this beautiful, beautiful, swirly, twisted glass.
With a twist?
It almost looks like Murano glass. There's no twist in this. No, you don't get a twist.
Well, the glass is twisted.
The glass is
That
twisted.
makes up for it.
Yeah. All right. So we got that going on.
That's a beautiful twisted glass ice.
All right. Got that going now. One other thing that I like to do. I just went. I like to do with the bada bing. Is I like to pour the mixture over the cherries.
You just like the look of that, or?
No, I don't know why, but I just like to. Maybe, yeah, that's
It's just what you do.
just what I do. So I pour it over the cherries.
And he's serious. He pours right over the cherries.
And I like to use 3 cherries. All right. Most bars will give you 1 cherry. Here at the Hump and Duck, you get 3 cherries.
And when you come to my house, you got to bring your own cherries.
Okay. Okay, you got it. So, give your Rob Roy a taste. See what you think.
Old Robbie. That's really, really, really good. That's nice.
I don't know if our producers would like to have a sample of this. And by the way, while we were on a bit of a break, there you go. Our producers pointed out that I screwed up. All right. What I did was I set out all these samples to try, and You didn't get to sample them.
I mean, I feel like I got the low end.
Yeah, well, sorry, I'm sorry, man. What happened to our little? Oh, here they are. So you tried the Doers.
And then after the low end, you didn't really care if I had anything.
And we went to the Ardbeg, but we didn't do anything in between, right?
Right.
So that's three. That's three.
Apparently, you're telling me all I got to know to learn how to drink Scotch is learn how to drink Doers.
To learn how to drink Scotch, you got to learn how to eat chocolate. Okay, four.
We even have Blue Label
Oh, blue. Okay, yeah, thank you.
without opening.
That's what that one's been opened. Okay, so if memory serves me, we have black. No, we had King George, blue, black, and Oban, right?
Or Balvenie.
Or Balvenie. Balvenie. Yeah, Balvenie. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He's not.
I am. So there's the Balvenie, Caribbean cask, aged once in oak barrel, and then again in a rum barrel. Yeah.
I've known Andy for a few years, and I think he really just wanted to tease me.
What? Huh? Oh, leave the bottle out.
Oh, the producers. The producing staff is telling us to.
Move the chocolate. So this is, yeah, okay.
So I'm done with that step of learning, the chocolate.
Yeah. Okay. Balvenie. Oban.
Oban. Not Oban.
Not Oban, but it's Oban. Okay.
So you're making a squeaky door?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great name for a cocktail.
Squeaky door.
Squeaky door.
Back here. Back here.
Back here. Wait.
You're gonna get the staff. They're gonna be
Blue. Blue's next.
So I mean,
I know. Lose my gig.
we pay top dollar for this production staff.
Yeah, in one way or another. Blue.
Blue Label.
Johnnie Walker
Oh, you
Blue.
need me to
Get the King George. Bryan.
now that I know what I'm dealing with.
Bada bing cherry. Hey. King George.
Does that help? Now, can you be trusted with that out there, or should I move them down here?
Balvenie. Oban. Johnnie Blue. Johnnie Walker King George. Pricey. Pricier.
Pricier.
Even more pricey. Priciest. All right, here we go. And we're going to talk about this price thing in a minute.
Okay, so this is Balvenie.
Balvenie. Double cask. Double oak cask. Caribbean cask.
So, after it's finished product, it goes into a rum barrel at that point.
It's aged in an oak barrel first,
Oak barrel.
then aged in a rum barrel.
I get a rum flavor out of it. Really.
Great. I'm glad.
I should, right?
Oban. Oban is a Spey side Scotch. Well, what does that mean? Well, you got the Highland side, you got the Spey side, and it just kind of has a different quality to it. Why I don't know. Because like I said earlier, I'm not an expert on Scotch. I just know a little bit about it. Johnnie Walker makes so many different Scotches. And actually,
But that's not a Johnnie Walker product.
no, it's
is
not.
it?
Actually, I wish I had. One of my favorite Scotches made by them is a Scotch called Swing, and it's got a round bottom on it. I wish we had one of those. It's got a round bottom on it, and it's such an old Scotch. They put a round bottle on it because it was designed to put on cruise ships. So when the ship would rock, the bottle would go back. Anyway. If you find a bottle,
is that a true story?
Yeah,
or is that
absolutely. No, it's a true
Andy
story. You find a bottle of Swing out. We can't get it here where we live, but you find a bottle of Swing. I promise you, that's true. It's got a round bottom.
Now, can we not get that locally, or can't get it in
No,
Ohio?
can't
Can't
get it-
get it in the
can't get it in Ohio.
States? You can get it in the States, though.
Yeah, you can go across the Ohio River and get it.
Okay. So,
Johnnie Blue.
Johnnie Blue.
Yep.
Those were both really good.
They're all good scotches. Thing is, regardless of whether you're drinking a very expensive scotch or a less expensive scotch or a go-to scotch like Dewar's, it all comes down to what you like. You know, it's what you like. You can spend hundreds of dollars on a bottle of bourbon and not like it as much as you like Jim Beam.
Right.
Right? So, you know, sometimes you got to ask yourself, well, I'm going to go into a restaurant and I'm going to order King George because I'm going to trip on my ego a little bit, you know, something like that. That's what you like.
And we found out on our bourbon journey, we've had $40 bottles of bourbon or $30 bottles of bourbon that we like just as well as $70 or $80 bottles of bourbon, or better maybe in some cases.
On a recent trip that we took to the Biltmore down in North Carolina, we had the opportunity to drink the King bourbon, which is a very, very expensive bottle of bourbon. I mean, like four-figure expensive, okay? And I got to tell you, I'm just as happy drinking Bullet or Castle and Key,
Yep.
or you know, Angel's Envy, any of the others. But you know, we tried it, we drank it, and
You've had it.
had it. But I wouldn't necessarily go out and buy a bottle of it, you know,
No, but you had an opportunity to try it.
unless I won the lottery.
And then maybe.
Yeah, then maybe, yeah. That's how expensive it is.
So, I feel like I'm getting ready to taste the Mac Daddy.
Well, in the scotches that we have here at the Hump and Duck, yeah, that's the top of the.
Would you allow the Hump and Duck to drink that? I mean, surely you would, because you threw the first one away.
I don't. Yeah. Yeah. The Hump and Duck can drink whatever it wants to drink.
You have ducks everywhere.
The Hump and Duck. Wait. All right. So that's kind of like our Scotch journey.
It's pretty nice stuff.
All right. Producers, did we leave anything out over here? No? All right. It's been my pleasure.
Andy, thank you for hosting us. This has been delightful, very informative, and I've learned a thing or two.
I hope you remember.
Well, if not, I've got your number.
Okay. Well, so long to you from here at the Hump and Duck Tavern, future home of Alcohol and Politics, which is a V-blog that we'll be launching in 2024. Anyway.
And I can't wait to be a part of that.
Oh, you V-blog right along with it.
That's right.
All righty.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Hey, everybody. One thing we wanted to leave you with was a feature introducing a smoker that Cask 529 likes to use when they make many of their cocktails. So, Bryan, what's the story here?
So, Shona and I looked for a good while. We were interested in smoking cocktails, and we found a company out of Charlotte, North Carolina called Smoke Show. And I went ahead and made the purchase. We got several of their smoke dusts. Makes an incredible cocktail, really does.
Several of their what? Smoke what?
Smoke dust.
Smoke dust.
Dust. So that's what they call their wood chips.
Okay.
Okay. Smoke dust.
All right.
And this particular one we're going to use this evening is hickory.
Smells like hickory to me.
Smells like hickory, he said. So what we're going to do, Andy's never had a smoked
Never had a smoked anything.
beverage. So
What's that smell?
There's a song like that.
I know.
I know you know.
I know.
So we're going to go ahead and smoke him up a pour of Angel's Envy and see what he thinks
Now,
of
do you
it.
do this up or on the ice, or how you do it?
I'm going to do it neat,
Neat.
so you'll have to man up
All
if you can.
right. Okay.
I'll finish it if you can't.
All right.
God, I wanted to dig at you so bad.
Well, it's not bothering me at all.
I bet it is. I know you better than that.
Yeah.
So they're nice enough to give you a fancy walnut spoon to match their walnut smoker.
Love the walnut spoon.
Why? I mean, why wouldn't you? And you can see there, it only takes
One level.
one level spoonful, which really, I don't know that you even need that much, but they say that that can will do about 100 cocktails.
Oh, that's a lot of cocktails.
So try to get all dust down inside there.
All right.
They provide you with the torch in their starter kit.
Excellent. Oh, I see the smoke going down,
You see the smoke
Into the,
going down into the...
which is interesting.
Then you'll let that sit. Just depends on how much smoke you want. About a minute.
Campfire.
Campfire, kinda, sorta. So what's happening, Andy, is actually that smoke, the oils out of that smoke is coating the inside of the glass. So as you drink, you'll get that flavor,
All right.
this hickory flavor.
Because when you drink it, it rolls up the side of the glass.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay?
Now, do you have to do it with flair like that when you take it off?
No, I like to do it like that, just because you know.
Because you're a flary kind
Because
of
I'm
guy.
I try to be a showman like Andy.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Drink it now?
Absolutely.
Am I supposed to whiff it?
If you'd like.
Well, that certainly changes the way it hits you.
It does, doesn't it? It
Yes.
really does.
I like it, and now I have had a smoked bourbon.
You have.
I love it.
You have.
And I love that smoker. That's
and
so
that-
simple.
It is. It's so simple. It comes with 4 flavors. I believe they offer, I think they're up to 6 different flavors additional now. I was making old fashions the other night and using a cinnamon smoke to die for. I mean, if I'm making an old fashioned at home, I'm going to have cinnamon smoke.
All right.
So, Smoke Show, great product.
love it.
Andy says that it's money.
It's money. When you compare it to those apparatuses with the hoses and the pumps and all
and
this
the
other
glass
stuff.
houses
And they bring out the whole aquarium and all that kind of stuff here.
It's like, wow,
Much easier.
I need a degree to run that thing.
Yes, you do.
No, this is simple.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.